Hey, YouTube friends and family. It is the day before Thanksgiving, and I am getting things ready to take to my mom's. Things that I can get done the night before. And one of the things that I'm making is every year my mom always makes a caramel crunch apple pie. And this year I'm going to try to kind of recreate that by making mini pie versions. I'm usually the only one that requests that pie, so um, I told her not to worry with making the big pie this year. So I'm gonna make these littler versions, and I'm pretty much following kind of the recipe that she does. The only thing different is she makes it from scratch, like using real apples and stuff like that. I'm kind of doing a few shortcuts and stuff. So right now, um, what um, you're gonna need more things than what I've got out right now. But I'm using like a cupcake tin to put my little mini pie crust in, and I got the Pillsbury. And I've taken them out of the package because you gotta let them get to room temperature. I think there's 14 in there. Um, I'm hoping that this one can will do the 14, and if so, then I'm just gonna do the 14, I think. Um, and then I'll do the other. I bought 2 boxes of the pie crust, but I'll hold off and wait to do the other um, package for Christmas. Um, but anyway, like I said, I'm letting the pie crust thaw out like it says to get to room temperature. I mean, they've just been in the refrigerator. And what I'm gonna do is instead of using real apples, I got like this apple pie filling at Walmart, and it's really good. Tastes really really good. It's a 20-ounce can, and I put it in a bowl, and the apples were sliced. So I just took a knife and kind of cut them into smaller bites and stuff. So that's what I'm going to use for the filling. And then I've also got some caramel that I'm going to drizzle on top. I don't have that out here yet, but I'll show it to you. And then we're going to make like a little crumble topping on top, and I'll show you how to do that as well. But right now, I'm to this point. So I'm going to set this stuff aside, and I'm going to get a bowl out and show you how to make the crumble topping. So I will be right back. Okay, guys, I have gotten the top mixture done. And basically, all you're going to need for the top mixture, the crumble part, is a stick of softened butter. So that I think a stick is 8 tablespoons. So you're going to need 8 tablespoons or a stick of softened butter, um, which is a half a cup. And then you're also going to need not a tablespoon, a teaspoon of cinnamon. You're going to need 2/3 cup of flour and a half a cup of sugar. And you're just going to mix that until it's well combined and crumbly. And this is the mixture that we're going to put on top of the pie filling and the caramel sauce. So my pie shells should be about ready. So I'm going to put them in this tin, and it says to just put them in an ungreased baking cupcake baking tin. So that's what I'm going to do, and then I'm going to fill them with the with the apple mixture, and then I'm going to drizzle some caramel over them, and then we're going to put this crumble on top of that, And then we're going to bake them per the instructions of the pie shells because everything's pretty well cooked except for the top part and the pie shell. So I'll come back and show you what's next. So I'm back and I uh, put the pie shells in the tin and then I filled them up with the mixture. And I think I'm just going to make the 12. There were 14 pie shells, but I don't think I'm going to do the other two because I've got a lot of other stuff to do. But this is how much of the filling that was left. I probably could have just used one can and spread it out amongst all 14. But, yeah, and now what I'm getting ready to do is to drizzle some of the caramel. And I'm going to show you the dip that I got. It's made by Marzetti, and I got it over in the produce over by the apples and stuff. And it's just this right here. So I'm just going to open that up and drizzle it over there. And then I'm going to take that topping that I made and put that on top. And I'll come back and show you what they look like. Here they are, all ready to go in the oven. Now I'm going to put them in the oven. I think it was, you put the oven on 400 for a non-greased, or for a non-stick pan, and 425 for one that's not. So I put mine on 400, and I'm thinking it's like, you bake them for 13 to 18 minutes. It's whatever the package instructions are on the pie shells. That's what I'm baking at. And I'm also going to put a cookie sheet probably underneath these because I know that when my mom makes the pie, sometimes it does bubble over. So just so I don't have a mess in the oven, I'm going to go ahead and put a cookie sheet under there. But yeah, I'll show you what these look like when they come out of the oven. Hey guys, I am making my Jimmy Dean sausage dip. Basically, all you're going to need is a roll of Jimmy Dean sausage. I use the regular. You can, of course, use any kind you like. I think they have hot, they have mild, and I think sage. But I prefer the regular. So all you need is a package of that, a can of original Rotel, and a package of cream cheese. So I have browned the sausage, and I'm getting ready to turn the stove back on, and I am going to just add that can of Rotel. I did drain it, and I'm going to break up the cream cheese and add that to it, and you just let it cook on the stove on about a medium heat just until all the ingredients get mixed together and that cream cheese melts well. And I'll show you what it looks like when it's done. Alright, here it is, all done. And if you really want to throw this over the top instead of just using regular cream cheese, you can always use like the flavored cream cheese spreads. I like to use the garlic and herbs sometimes. But yeah, that will throw it over the top. And of course you can add cheese to it, you know. You can do all kinds of things. But it's simple and easy just with the 3 ingredients. And we like to eat these with the Tostitos scoops, and it's always a hit at any kind of get-together. So definitely try this if you've not tried it. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye. Alrighty, guys. I'm getting ready to make my cheese ball, and I thought I'd show you what you'll need to do that. I'm going to do one of the ones that are shaped like a pumpkin, since this is for Thanksgiving. I did one a couple of days ago for my aunt's get together, and it turned out really cute. And I did a double one for hers because we had such a big uh, turnout, but we're not going to have such a big turnout tomorrow. And there won't be nearly as many people. So, what you're going to need for this is just a regular cheese ball. I don't know if I said cheesecake or cheese ball, but this is a cheese ball if I said cheesecake. Anyway, what you're going to need, you can do it without this, but I like to add this because it gives it more flavor. But you can do it with just the one block of cream cheese. That's how I used to make it. But anyway, you're going to use a block of cream cheese, and then I use one of these containers of the Philadelphia cream cheese spread, and I use the garlic and herb. This stuff is so good. So it just adds flavor to your mixture. And then you're going to need some cheese. You just add as much cheese as you want to. I put it on the inside, and then, of course, when you get done rolling the cheese ball into a circle, you're going to cover it with cheese. And you're going to want yellow cheese because you want your pumpkin to be yellow, of course, or orange, or, yeah, orange, I guess, not yellow. But anyway, you're not going to want to use like a white cheese or anything. Well, I guess you could. I mean, you know, there are white pumpkins and stuff, but I like to use the colored cheese. And then this is also optional too, but I put green onions in there, and I cut up 2 green onions. That's in that little container right there, and I chop those up real finely. Now, sometimes I'll add like bacon, and I'll add like ham and stuff like that to it. But I'll get like deli meat and add it to it. But I don't really want that poking through on the cheese ball, so that's why I'm keeping the ingredients pretty simple on the inside. But you know, a cheese ball, you can pretty much do whatever you want as far as ingredients that you want to put inside it. So I just thought I'd show you how I'm going to make mine. So I'm going to get this to going. And of course, the cream cheese, the block there, that is softened, so it'll be easier to form into a ball. So what I'm going to do is right now I'm going to actually make just a regular cheese ball. And then I'll show you that. Then, of course, I'll have to cover it in the cheese again. And then I'll put rubber bands around it to form it into a pumpkin shape. So I'll be back. Okay, guys, I decided to do a double batch of these, and I can't remember if I showed you what they look like with the pie filling and the caramel on top of that. But here they are, and now I'm getting ready to put the crumble part on there, and I'll come back and show you what that looks like. Alrighty, folks, there they are. And I just almost forgot to show you what they look like with the topping on them. So they're in the oven. Gonna put them in there for 15 to 20 minutes and on 400. Be back and show you what they look like then. Okay, what you're looking at here is a mixture to make crust for some mini pecan pie bites. So what I've done here in this bowl is first you're going to combine a half a cup of brown sugar, 6 tablespoons of softened unsalted butter. I use salted, so I'm hoping that's going to be okay. I forgot to pick up unsalted. So, but you're going to want to use unsalted because that's what the recipe calls for. And it's 6 tablespoons softened. You're going to need 1 egg yolk from an egg. So don't use the white, just use the egg yolk. You're also going to need a half a teaspoon of vanilla and a 1/4 a teaspoon of salt. And you're going to combine that in the bowl. You're going to mix it with your mixer until it gets a smooth consistency. Then once it gets a smooth consistency, you're going to add a cup and 2 tablespoons of all-purpose flour. You're also going to add, you don't add the salt in the beginning, in the first part. You add the salt in this part, I'm sorry. You're going to add that fourth a teaspoon of salt and a half a teaspoon of baking powder. And you're going to mix that, and then you're going to get like a crumbly mixture, which you see here. And like I said, this is going to be your crust for the bites. So what you're going to do is you're going to form these into balls, and you're going to press it into mini cupcake, um, a mini cupcake tin pan. And I'll show you what it looks like once you put it in the pan and press it down and stuff. But you're going to form it into balls, and then you're going to push it in or press it down in the pan to make like a cup. So I'll show you what that looks like, and then I'll also come back and tell you how to make the mixture on the inside, which is the filling. All right, I am done with the crust for the pecan bites, and here are what they look like, all pressed down in the pan. I went ahead and I made the mixture that goes inside, and this is what it looks like. And basically all you need is a cup of finely chopped pecans. Let's see, a half a cup of brown sugar. You'll need, let's see, a fourth a cup of heavy whipping cream and 1 tablespoon of vanilla. And you'll just mix that real well till it's well combined. And then I'm just going to take like a tablespoon measuring spoon, and I'm going to scoop that into each little cup. And then you're going to have your oven preheated at 350 and bake for 13 to 15 minutes. She said it took her about 13 minutes to make hers. So it's just going to depend on your oven. I would say start checking them in about 9 minutes just to, be on the safe side. So I'll come back and show you these once I've got them all filled up and before I put them in the oven. And then, of course, I'll show them to you once they're out of the oven. Here they are, all ready to go in the oven. Getting ready to pop them in that 350-degree oven. Like I said, she said 13 to 15 minutes until they're golden brown. And she said she did hers for 13. So I'd start checking these at about 9 minutes in your oven. And I'm going to show them to you when they come out. Alrighty, everybody. Here are the little pies out of the oven. They've been cooling. I'm getting ready to put them on a cooling rack, and I'll show you what they look like on the rack. Alright, guys. Here are the finished products, and these are so good. And they taste just like my mom's regular apple crumble pie. So good. And a mini version, so you don't feel like you're being as bad when you eat it. But yeah, I have a feeling these are going to be a hit tomorrow. So definitely try this recipe. Bye-bye. Alright, guys, here's the pecan bites all done. I got them sitting on a foil-lined cookie cooling sheet or cooling rack. And yeah, you definitely don't want to overfill these because they will bubble over, which is what these did. And they kind of ran into each other. So they don't look real pretty, but they are very tasty. I did try one because I had one that broke apart, so I tried it. Very, very good. So next time I will, I think I'll make the balls a little bit smaller, probably about 3/4 of an inch balls, because I probably made these about an inch. So I probably make them about 3/4 of an inch, and then press them down and make sure the cups are deep. And like I said, I won't overfill them. So it would probably make it'll make even more since, because I had a little bit of filling left over. Um, so it would make more because I made my balls a little bit bigger than they were supposed to. I know when she made hers, I think she only made one batch, and hers filled up her entire uh, pan. So I don't know how many's on there, but I think it's like 24 or something like that, maybe. And I think I got 15 out of mine. So it's the first time I made them. So just like the pies, the first batch that I made, they turned out a lot prettier, and I forgot to film them when they come out. The second batch, I kind of left in there a little too long. I should have took them out quicker, probably because my stove was hotter and stuff. Because I left them in there for the same amount of time, but I should have took them out quicker, so they kind of burned just a little bit around the edges. But they were still they're still really really good. But yeah, so I think next thing on the menu is to make is a broccoli rice cheese casserole. And I've never made one of those, so yeah, I'm gonna try that too. So I'll bring you along as I make it. Bye bye.